This is where it started. And this is where it's going. And this pile of parts is how we're going to get there. The exhaust that's on the car is a cast-off pile of Corvette ZR1 style Borla kits. These are Borla ATAKs, and a handful of marketplace fine mandrel bends. I'm going to take this and get rid of those turndowns and make something that really sounds good. It's been cut apart and cobbled together over time, and right now it's got some FlowPro Max mufflers and some turndowns, which are really not ideal. So I've been laying on the floor here trying to figure out what this is really going to look like, and I think the only sane thing to do is to start cutting. Someone's going to ask, Eric, do you have a plan? The answer is yes. The plan is to make these Borla ATAKs go on this set of pipes and go on that car. Sounds like a foolproof plan. So I'm just going to cut the weld so that way I can save as much of the pipe as possible. Because I save as much pipe, that gives me as much room as possible to play with the rest of that. And I want to be fair, I am not using these big old chromy things. For the very brief moment those mufflers and tailpipes were on this car, it had a big old chromy thing right there, and it actually got snagged coming in and out of the trailer. So I know that muffler and tailpipe combination is flat out wrong, which is why I want to make an oval exhaust exit right here. Well, the easy part's done. It's kind of disassembled and cleaned up, and this is just the passenger side. I figure I'll start on one side, figure out what the heck I'm doing, then it's easier on the other side, am I right? So now I'm gonna go do some test fitting under the car, and we gotta figure out how to do the most important part, that oval exit tailpipe. Stay tuned. Okay, so under here doing some test fitting, I've got the 45 that I just cut, and looking at it, it goes right there and can turn the muffler quite nicely. Now, the Borla that's here has some interesting cobbled togetherness going on, so I think I'm just going to cut it square and butt weld it straight to that 45, so that way the muffler basically sits. It'll run right at a 45, and then even better, it'll end somewhere about here. This has a little bit of a kink in it. It looks like it's going to be in good shape to leave the body exactly where I want it. Let's make the internet mad. I'm going to do something that the internet tells you should never do. Join mild steel to stainless steel. But yet I've watched professional welders do this somewhat regularly, so let's see what happens. Okay, so it's not perfect. But you know something, considering this is the first time I've done exhaust tubing or mild steel to stainless, that actually does not completely suck. So I'm going to call that a win. On a funny side note, we know that heat rises. Well, since that's all warm, there's actually a little blast of hot air coming out of the upper end of the pipe here. Okay, so test fitting and thinking about this a little bit. I've got it slid on about as far as it can go, and that's the weld that it was welded to. I've ground it down, but it's still not quite enough to sink up further. So it's only got about 3/4 of an inch maybe into that. And as I'm looking at this puts the exhaust exit, if we just follow that straight over, it's going to be somewhere about here, which is a little bit too far to the back. So I think my plan forward is to take this pipe off again and just cut it square, and then that slides up a little bit further, putting this a little bit more where I want it. And I recognize I've got enough bends, I can make this turn just a little bit, but ultimately I want to make the muffler sit behind that little cross member piece. So the hardest part of this whole thing is asking myself, what do I want? Because literally from where I'm at, if I use the 45, I have the opportunity to come out about there, which is to me a little far ahead of the rear wheel. But if I flip this around a little bit and come like this, that's a little close to the rear wheel. So I think what I have to do is shorten this up about that far, and that puts it right at a very comfortable spot because I still plan on doing an oval tip for the exhaust. So I think I'm going to shorten it up by about that much and go from there. And yes, that does hang below the frame a little bit, but so does the tailpipe. I think I'm going to be just fine getting it in and out of the trailer. Plus, I do have a little bit more vertical room to go up with the jack. All right, I committed. I did a thing. I cut it short just like I said, put it about where I wanted it. I do have some frame clearance, not a ton, but that's perfect. And tack welded it. Now, the welder is highly unhappy on those tacks, but I'll figure that out later. It's at least you know, stuck together. So that's a win. And I also made kind of a locating mark up here on the little slip joint, so that way I can put it back to where it was. And that also gives me a little bit of fine tuning forward and back. So moving forward. So off camera, I started playing and made myself an oval tip. Here's how I made it. I started out with a 10-inch section of pipe. So then I found the center of the pipe. I've got a 1, 2, 3 block with a couple of 1/4 20s, and then with my marker here, with this marker, it turns out that it's 1.5 inches from the welding table up to the marker. So I was able to mark one side, flip it over, make sure it was set up with the speed square, so it was 1.5 inches, and then mark the other side. So now I got the tube, the pipe, in half, marked it 5 inches back. Now I'm going to cut that line on both sides, and we're essentially going to split the pipe here. Okay, so now I've got the split down the side, and the next step is to actually crush the pipe, because we want to be able to maintain the same kind of surface area as the 3-inch pipe, but we needed to do that in an oval. So you have to crush the pipe, and then we're going to make a little pie cut along the edges to spread them out, and then we're going to add some material. And basically, I'm looking for about, about 2 3/8 inches high, and it turns out to be about 4 3/4 inch long to maintain that same kind of surface area. So that just happens to be where it worked out nice for the math and the stuff that I have on hand. So let's crush the pipe. Now with it kind of loosely crushed, it's a little smaller than I wanted, but oops. Next up, I've marked 5 inches back and just roughly eyeballed where it's all going to go. And now we're going to go take it over to the bandsaw and make a relief cut and start getting it to flex outward. Okay, so now I kind of made a relief cut around there, and it doesn't quite go to that center cut, because if it did, it'd fall off. We don't want that. So now I got to go through the process of figuring out how much of a pie cut I want out of this. When I did that one, I just started cutting, and when I finally got it to the width that I wanted, I called it good. So I think I may just have to do the same here, start cutting until it turns out the way I want it. So with a handful of cutting and bending and hit it with the cutoff wheel and cut and bend and tweak and adjust, this is where I'm at. And it looks very similar to the other one, which is a good thing, because they're within about less than 1/8 inch on the out to out, which is fantastic. I'm going to clamp these flats in the vise and basically straighten them out so that way they're not quite so curved in. That's just a byproduct of how we squished it. So let's straighten that out. And now I'm going to transfer that triangle to a piece of sheet metal I've got, and making sure to cheat a little bit and use a straight edge that already exists for the bulk of it. So that way it's one less cut I have to make. Now with those filler pieces made, it's time to fire up the hot metal glue gun and get to sticking this back together. Now with it all welded up, I need to let it cool before I can start grinding on it. And after spending more time grinding and sanding and over there on the belt sander than I'd care to admit, I've got two that are done enough. And someone's gonna say, but isn't that gonna rust? Yes, it will. But I'm gonna get some high temperature paint, probably black or silver, and paint those so that way they don't rust. Is it going to be a problem later? Meh, who knows. Take a minute to deburr your stuff. Your fingers will appreciate the effort. So now we're back over here at the car with the now oval exhaust tip. And what I'm trying to determine is where this guy needs to sit. Whoa, look at that. You're looking straight at the pipe. So I get to determine how far away from the body I want that to sit. And I realize that I made this way too long, but that's okay. I can make it shorter a lot easier, and I can make it longer. So that's why this is so long. And in looking at this, I kind of want something that's, away from the body just a little bit, as opposed to tucked way back inside, although admittedly that looks pretty darn cool there. So I'm going to go like this for about the next hour and try and figure out where I want to put this pipe, and then ultimately just make a cut and commit, because that's what this project is about, making it better than what I had, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. All right, so I did a thing, pardon the heater in the background, but it's cold. I cut 3 inches off of that pipe, and I think that sits pretty freaking cool. Now, it's not tacked under there, so I still have a little bit of rotational ability, and I plan on tucking that up just a little bit closer, but that's pretty darn close as it sits. You know, I think I'm pretty happy with that, but I'm going to take the muffler off the pipe and weld the rest of it before I go too much further. All right, I'm at the point on the passenger side where I get to weld it in for keeps. I've got it just kind of pushed up against the frame. I realize there's going to be a little bit of sag down there, and I've got a hanger. I'm going to reuse one of the old hangers and find a way to make it work up there. But I know it's going to sag just a hair, so I'm not worried about that. So that's the joint right there. Get this tacked into place. Then we take the whole pipe off, take it over to the bench, and start welding. All right, so I've got it bolted up now. What I wound up doing is putting a 5/16 18 nutsert up there into one of my main crossbars, and that holds the exhaust hanger on the rubbery block there. So now the exhaust has a little bit of give, but it's held up solidly. Now what I did is I just cranked it all the way up to the frame, knowing full well that there's going to be a little bit of give, and welded it in, and I wound up with a beautiful finger width of gap between the exhaust and the frame, which works out pretty darn good. Now, we'll work on the other side. So now, more of the same. I'm going to cut the muffler free, I'm going to cut the weld to preserve as much of the tube as possible. With the little Borla welded up, it's time to make sure this fits over the other pipe, and then start putting everything back together. All the hard parts are done. Did that on the other side. Now I just have to make it all match. All right, I feel like the luckiest guy in the whole wide world. By sheer dumb luck, I just cut the old chrome tip off at a place that makes absolute perfect sense. So the 45, I just cut it, you know, just after the 45, and when I put everything up, it's exactly where I want it to be, front to back, but it's just a little too far out from the side of the car. Well, that's easy to fix. I only threw about 4 little tacks on there. I can cut the tacks and take an inch off of this round section and make it totally exactly where I want it to be. So I had absolutely no intentions of tacking the muffler pipe to the front half of the pipe, but it all was sitting so good I couldn't resist. I just tacked it in. So now I'm going to fire up the welder and let's put the hood on for a little while and get these burned in. I'm a little low on gas, so I don't know how far I'm going to make it. We're going to find out. From here, it's a matter of putting it back under the car, figuring out where I want to do the exhaust hanger, because believe it or not, I actually screwed up my shoulder doing the other side. So that one's going to be slightly different, but close enough. Now, I will openly admit that these welds are not perfect. I'm a hobbyist. This isn't something I do professionally for a day job. So I'm as good as I need to be. Let's put it that way. But hey, now the driver's side pipe is all welded together, and I got very lucky, and this side took like 10% of the time of the other side. So it's pretty much in the same general location as the other side, but I just moved it over toward the center of the car a little bit, so that way I could use the nutsert tool and have enough room to get in there and wrench on it correctly. So yeah, it puts it at a little bit of an angle, but it's really not that big of a deal. Both sides are on. I think it's time. Oh, that is so cool. That is so much fun. Anyways, that is those 2 Borla ATAKs. Those are basically race bullets. They're supposed to knock 5 to 7 decibels off of a wide open exhaust, and I would say that's only a little bit quieter, but has a very different note. It takes a lot of the rasp out of it. But anyways, so that concludes this. I know I said initially I was going to do a crossover, but I'm out of welding gas, and I'm not going to have a chance to get to the welding supplier for about a week or so. But, you know, that's the trouble of living in rural middle of nowhere. So, anyways, guys, the Franken-exhaust is done. I'm going to get some black tip paint and just touch up those tips so that way they just disappear. You don't see anything, but by goodness, you're going to hear it. I had a lot of fun stretching my creative muscle, you know, starting to get back in the swing of fabricating stuff like this. This is fun. No, it's not perfect, but you know something? It's good enough. The point is, get out there, try it, start learning, improve on the next one. Anyways, if you like this one, check this one out over here. Thanks for watching.